Alrighty, hey, I am here at Drone Synergies conference in the pretty awesome Dubai, a crazy busy place that Dubai is, and I'm joined by Diana Siegel, the Vice President of Mobility Programs with Aurora Flight Services. She gave a keynote and did a panel session with us yesterday.
Hey,
and you're doing something pretty cool. Now, a German that did some time in Australia.
Correct.
Now living in Switzerland, but spends most of your time in Washington, DC. You spend a lot of time on flights, but tell us, what are you doing? What are you working on?
Yeah, so pretty exciting stuff we get to work on these days. We're working on all-electric vertical takeoff and landing, so-called air taxis, that hopefully in the not-too-distant future are going to take us from A to B over congested cities and hopefully ease our commute and let us go to places a lot more quickly than we're able to do today.
And I came to Dubai with a couple of things that I really wanted to do. One of them was to see these air taxis that they're touting that they've got here in Dubai at the moment. Sad I didn't see one and I couldn't catch one.
Damn, you should come and visit us at the air show. We have one on display and it's in its full size.
So tell us a little bit about what this air taxi is that you're designing at the moment, and what sort of stage we're at. How far are we away from actually being able to catch this air taxi home rather than my Uber?
Yeah, great question. If you sort of look at where we stand today and also where the industry as a whole stand today, obviously we're not the only ones building these air taxis. There's other companies out there doing that. We're sort of at a stage where we're flying prototypes for testing to evaluate how safe the vehicles are already, where do we need to make improvements, and what performance we can get out of them. So at the stage where we're at right now, we're able to see that this technology is ripe sort of like for making these air taxis work. However, what we really need to work on is making them safe enough to carry humans at a regular pace, right? So that we can see these vehicles operating not just once or twice in a flight test, right? But we really want to see them flying hundreds, thousands, millions of flight hours per year, right? And you can imagine at that scale that requires a whole lot higher safety bar than an experimental vehicle is able to provide. So what we're working on right now is making sure that the system as a whole and every component, the batteries, the motors, the flight computers, the software that handles the entire flight, that is safe enough to carry humans. And we're not there yet. We're not there yet at Aurora. We're not there yet as an industry. And we're looking at probably 5 to 10 years more work that needs to happen there to make sure that all the systems really get to the level of safety that they need to carry as precious of a cargo as a human.
So what's that difference? We see automated vehicles coming online a bit, and I suppose there's a bit of a race going on between automated vehicles and cars and trucks and the automated, I suppose, air taxis. What's the difference, the major differences that we see in that automation between our ground-based and an air-based automation?
Yeah, no, that's a really good question, because at the end of the day, we are sharing a lot of the same challenges, and we share a lot of the same technology that goes into automated driving and flying. Now, if you look at the environment that both types of vehicles need to operate in, a car has an extremely complicated setting, right, that it needs to work in. It needs to work on the highway, it needs to work on a little side street, it needs to work in busy sort of like urban traffic lights, pedestrians, bicycles, everything, that they need to account for. And it's a very complex environment that they need to work in. A aircraft, in contrast, the sky is only taken by other aircraft and maybe balloons and parachutists that have specific places where they operate in, right? So you could argue it's a whole lot easier to make this work in the air than on the ground, simply because of the number and different types of threats that you need to work with. And even the existing air traffic system today, if you fly not on a visual flight rules, but you fly under instrument flight rules, is already very much automated and instrumented. Yes, there's humans at each step of the way. So you was here the pilot talking to the controller talking to the pilot. So that is still done by voice communication. But if you look at how they're doing that, it's highly coded, right? There is very specific phrases that they say, very specific routes that they're talking about, and thinking about automating that sounds a whole lot simpler than implementing the very ad hoc kind of negotiating that we're doing with driving cars on the ground today. So if you ask me what's going to come first, an automated aircraft or an automated car, my money would be on the automated aircraft.
Cool. And you've got some other great female engineers, scientists working with you. What do you really have as words of advice for those up and coming sort of female STEMists who want to do more of this and to be involved in the aerospace industry?
Yeah, and absolutely. We have 4 or 5 wonderful sort of female engineers, not just contributing as engineers, but contributing as leaders in the team, right? Like they do lead the entire avionics package design and development. They lead the structures team, the human factors team, and just seeing them work, seeing other female engineers at our companies doing their work, the advice that I would give is just trust in yourself and be confident that you can do that job, because there's really no objective good reason why as females we shouldn't be able to do these jobs compared to males. There really isn't. And a lot of times we're holding ourselves back. And I actually found that in a STEM profession, we actually have even a better chance of succeeding than in other areas, simply because it's not so much about how tall we are, our presence or whatnot. It's all about knowing what the system needs to be, what is right and what is wrong, right? Because this kind of profession is much less about opinion and strongly pushing for your opinions, but about being right. And that is verifiable, and that is a great way to work your way into a position where people will value your opinion, respect you, and will promote you into higher leadership positions.
Fantastic advice, thank you. And I think just one last question there around those skills. And we have teachers that are wanting to teach those STEM skills. But when we start to look at it, STEM skills is a lot about problem solving and creativity. What do you really look for when you are hiring new people into your team? What are the skills that you really see as being critical to contribute to the mission that you've got going on?
I think the key thing is really looking for that curiosity, the curiosity to dig deeper, understand how things work, wanting to make something better, right? So you see there is one piece, right? The first question I would ask is, how do you make that better? How do you really break down how it works and where you need to pull, right, to make the system better? And as the big difference I found coming out of academia and then working in industry is, in academia we're learning details of the analysis, but not all the details matter most of the time, right? We very quickly as engineers need to figure out, well, what are the big drivers here in this design, right? Like take an aerodynamic design of an aircraft. And if we're looking to figure out how it performs, I do not need to look at every last detail of the analysis, but there is a few equations that really govern while it flies. And the skill sort of like of looking for what really drives the performance, what is the analysis that I really need to do versus doing everything, right? Separate sort of like the signal from the noise. That is a skill that we're really looking for. At the same time, it's a skill that just takes time to acquire. And I would just encourage students to keep thinking about what really matters. How does this really work, right? What really drives performance and size and everything here, and make sure sort of to just hone those skills of looking for what really matters.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. So I've got on my watch 2025 to be when I can take my first flight.
There we go.
I'm going to be watching closely. Aurora Flight Sciences with Diana Siegel, the Vice President of Mobility Programs. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you so much.